Thomas Matthew Crooks looks like every single Manchurian candidate that we've ever seen. They all look the same. Think of the Aurora guy, one of the rare ones that actually survived the event. Think of all the other guys, right? The hook at Sandy, that guy's mugshot that we saw, a picture, excuse me, because he didn't live for a mugshot, but his stage photograph. These people all look the same, right? Do these look like candidates to you for people who could be put under Operation Orion, the CIA's operation to use hypnosis and drugs and all sorts of things that we've heard about that we know are real, which can relate to things like MK Ultra, which are real government operations done on civilians? You don't think that they have the ability? Of course they do. So when you see an event like this and the government then decides to release what? They release pictures of the guy dead. He is dead. They tell you his weapon was an AR-15. They show you the stage photograph on a rooftop. And then you watch the reaction of what actually occurred, right? Trump's on stage. Did you see anybody behind him running away? Did you see anybody behind him screaming? People were still standing in the backdrop as if nothing had occurred. Could you imagine being around something? What do you think? That they just thought it was fireworks? I mean, the entire thing is suspicious. And now this is a good opportunity for Democrats to actually wake up. And I think that they tied him in as being a conservative to make sure Democrats don't call this fake. Because Democrats, the first second this happened, you saw stuff trending where they were saying, oh, this is fake. The Republicans did this to get more support for Trump, to get him more votes. And then the second that the media released that he was a registered Republican, they stopped with that narrative and just said, oh, okay, now the conservatives are going to try to say that it's not the same person that the government's telling them that it is. They're trying to say it's an Antifa guy. That's to keep the Democrats from actually waking up to manufactured staged events. And it's a great opportunity for them to wake up, just like the stuff in Israel is a great opportunity for them to wake up because they've sided Democrats with Palestine. This gives the Democrats out there an opportunity to understand about the synagogue of Satan and who controls and runs everything. But they don't go further than the surface level. And they don't want to go further because they don't want to actually wake up to the truth. So you get this guy that's manufactured, Thomas Matthew Crooks, right? A year ago, Thomas Matthew Crooks, who just recently graduated, was featured in a commercial at his high school that was produced by BlackRock, right? And of course, what's the motive? Well, you don't know the motive. You don't know about it. Kid just graduates, his whole life ahead of him. Right? You could take a look at him. I mean, he looks like your prototypical Manchurian candidate. I mean, that's very, very clear, right? And of course, Larry Fink, BlackRock, connected to Bethel High School, right? This took place in Bethel. The shooter's from Bethel High School. Well, what's the connection there? Well, the connection is that BlackRock owns the media. And if BlackRock is trying to manufacture people's behaviors like he said right out of his own mouth, how do you think they're going to manufacture your behavior? They create news stories to give you a different, fake perception of what's happening in the world. These types of things mold your behavior. They make you want what? Want gun grabs. These things make you want what? They keep you in the left-right paradigm. If you're a Trump supporter, this makes you support Trump more than you've ever supported him because that's the narrative that's out there now. People are buying shirts with that picture that I talked about in my previous video, right? Look at the comments under my video on Trump where people are just unhinged. That means new people are stumbling upon it and they think that they're red pill because they follow government-created conspiracy theorists, actors like Russell Brand, people who are put in place to herd them, and they think that they're awake and they have any idea about psychological ops. They don't know anything about it because they actually believe in the news. Anybody out there that's telling you that the news is real and then keeping you trapped when stories like this happen to say, oh, I don't know, maybe it was really a Democrat. Maybe they're telling us it's the wrong guy. Oh, that's the conspiracy you're going to follow? The conspiracy is that the news is manufactured. This is how they manufacture people's behavior. BlackRock owns the news. They own everything. They own all those railroads that derailed deliberately, that was spraying chemicals all over the place and black clouds. BlackRock owns it all. They don't want you to realize that BlackRock owns it all because the media is owned by BlackRock. So they think they're going to come out and confess. Sometimes Fox News tries to tickle Republicans' ears with it because they know there are a lot of Republicans who are on to Larry Fink, but they're not going to give you any truth on the news ever. And people just think that it has something to do with, well, they're not going to give me truth as far as Donald Trump and his poll numbers. No, they're not going to give you any truth ever because it warps your perception of reality. The news is not here to inform. It's here to condition. When Larry Fink talks about behavioral control, he's using the news to control and manipulate your behavior. And this right here, this story, does so many different things. This fake assassination. This continues with our civil war, which is being manufactured by the media. When they come out and they tell you after the fact, oh, Biden and all these Democrats, we don't need this in America. We shouldn't be doing this in America. Okay, well, if this is a real story, everybody should step back and say, well, wait, why is this happening? Why are people so unhinged in 2024 that they would try to take down someone like Trump? Oh, because of the media and the gaslighting and how the media portrays, civilians against one another as conservative and Democrat. They're the ones responsible for this psychosis, but nobody wants to think that far. They just go, I'm with Trump. Oh, I'm with this team. It's as simple as that. It's like rooting for the Cowboys or the Giants. Right? It's as simple as that for these people, but it's not that simple. It's actually a lot more sophisticated, but it's very easy to see if you follow the rabbit hole. You follow the trail, that they manufacture the news to manufacture you. And that's all that this is. This is another event that they created that they want you to think it's something, he's a Republican, but maybe it's not really the same guy. Maybe the FBI and the Secret Service are lying about who it is. When the simple fact is that nobody would be able to even get near Donald Trump to do that. Okay, 138 yards. You're telling me the Secret Service doesn't go past a football field to cover? There's one building, when they show you the layout of the actual area, there's one building that somebody could actually do this from, and they didn't there's nobody over there. Oh, okay. Well, if you believe that, then you still believe in the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen. The news is manufactured. This is another manufactured, contrived story, and it's proof that it's proven to us through what I've shown you that this is manufactured by the same people who manufacture all of it, BlackRock. A reminder, subscribe to my other channel,